So, Mollusca is a phylum containing invertebrates, such as snails, slugs, and octopuses. There's a lot to mollusks, but here are some of the main phylum characteristics. 1. A soft, unsegmented body. 2. A shell which helps protect the body. 3. The mantle, or a fold in the body that lines the shell. 4. The radula, or hooked tongue, which helps the mollusk eat its food. 5. The foot, a muscle that helps the mollusk move around. Some mollusks, such as snails, have an external shell. Others, like squid or slugs, have an internal shell, which can't be seen to the naked eye. All organisms have bilateral symmetry, which is when an organism is divided into roughly mirror image halves. All mollusks are coelomates, but their coeloms tend to be small. Also, the significant body cavity of a mollusk is the mantle cavity, which helps with breathing and excretion. Classification. There are roughly 7 classes in the phylum Mollusca. However, we're only going to focus on 3 classes: Cephalopoda, Gastropoda, and Bivalvia. Cephalopoda include squid, octopi, and nautilus. Gastropoda include snails, slugs, conchs, sea slugs, and periwinkles. Bivalvia include mussels, clams, oysters, and scallops. Feeding and digestion. There are 4 different ways mollusks obtain nutrients, one of which is filter feeding. Filter feeders are aquatic animals that feed by filtering tiny organisms or fine particles of organic material from currents of water that pass through it. Most land mollusks are herbivores. Most aquatic mollusks are carnivores. There is little research, but there is some evidence that mollusks can be detritus feeders, which are feeders that gain nutrients through decomposing plant and animal parts, as well as feces. All mollusks except for filter feeders eat through their radula. The radula hooks the food, and it then goes into the mollusk's mouth. Gas exchange. Land mollusks have developed lungs over time, and they have respiratory pores. Marine mollusks breathe through their gills, or their siphons. Reproduction.
Members of the Mollusca phylum reproduce sexually. Aquatic mollusks fertilize externally, but for land mollusks, such as sea slugs, fertilize internally. Mollusks lay eggs and they do not give live birth.
A hermaphrodite is an organism that has reproductive organs normally associated with both male and female sexes.
Some species, such as oysters, are hermaphroditic, meaning that they change their sex throughout their life. In external fertilization, mollusks like squids exput their gametes into the water and they fertilize outside of their body.
Circulation system.
Their circulatory system is interesting because it is something called an open circulatory system. This means that their blood flow is not restricted to veins and arteries. Instead, it disperses through their body and it goes back to their heart.
Their blood flows through the heart, into the body, and into a cavity called the hemocoel. Nervous system and sensory. The nervous system of mollusks is made up of masses of nerve cells. They don't have a brain like ours, but instead have masses of nerves. These nerves then stretch down the body and give senses to the organism. If you'd like to know more about mollusks, go and check out our sources of information.